Do you know the mountain ghost called Shanzi? They look like monkeys. Legend says they specifically feed on the souls of students. But Shanzi cannot enter the dormitory, so they cause students to have hallucinations. Without realizing it, the students help them open the dormitory door. Late at night, in a private university
roommate
dormitory
suddenly
talks in his sleep. Stop bothering me, okay? Another roommate actually responded to his sleep talk. If you kill him, it won't be noisy anymore. I woke up instantly. I hurriedly sat up. Suddenly, I looked on the anti-theft mesh of the balcony. There was actually one crouching there, creature that looked like a monkey. But it had a human head. The skin was smooth and snow white. Its eyes were wide like copper bells, but they were pure white. It split its mouth open down to its chin, revealing a terrifying and chilling smile. I screamed in terror. I woke up Lizzie in the upper bunk. Hurry, open the door. If we don't open the door, we're dead. I hurriedly turned on all the lights, but the moment my hand touched the doorknob, a flash of lightning suddenly crossed my mind. It was reminding me that if I opened the door, I would die. Because I had once heard from a roommate about a very bizarre rumor. In this dormitory, one student died inside his room. The state of his death was very strange. There were no external injuries on his body, nor any sudden illnesses, but he just peacefully died in his own dormitory. It is said that this was the work of a mountain ghost called Shanzi. It is an evil spirit that specifically devours human souls. That student probably encountered this creature, so there were no fatal marks anywhere on his body. But Shanzi cannot enter a human's room without cause, unless a human opens the door to let it in. So it makes people have hallucinations, unknowingly helping it open the door. I originally thought this was just a ghost story. But what was it that I just saw? While I was thinking about all this, Lizzie, who had also woken up, was urgently pressing me from behind. What are you still waiting for? Hurry up and find the dorm manager. Lizzie had only just woken up. He had no idea what had happened. Could he have already been influenced by the monster and started inducing me to open the door? I turned around, looking at Lizzie, pretending to be calm. Then you open the door. But Lizzie froze on the spot. You can't open this door, can you? I looked at him. I could basically confirm it now. You aren't Lizzie at all. Everything that just happened was only a hallucination. The purpose was just to make me open the door. After saying this, we stared at each other silently for several seconds. Lizzie sat on the bed. A strange smile curled at the corner of his mouth. Suddenly, the Lizzie in front of me disappeared. Taking his place were my three roommates pinning me down firmly. Their strength was so great that they pinned me directly to the floor. What are you doing? I was completely baffled. Lizzie shouted at me while pinning my arm. I can't even fucking hold you down. You were going to open the door like a walking corpse. Are you possessed? The other one, Zhang Junfeng, shouted, wait, he's talking. He's awake. I also hurriedly explained, really, I'm really awake. I admit it. Just now I was deluded by a hallucination, but I saw through it. Really. Zhang Junfeng also said he probably wasn't lying. Shanzi cannot manipulate us into speaking. It can only use hallucinations to guide our actions, so he should be awake. Chen Guangling immediately used his body to block the dorm door. Let me up. I'll guard the door. You guys help me. Only then did they slowly let me up. I immediately told them everything I had just experienced. And they also told me what had happened in reality. From their perspective, what they saw was me suddenly getting out of bed, walking over as if possessed. I turned on the lights in the bedroom and the hall. Finally, I reached out to open the dormitory door. Fortunately, when I turned on the bedroom light, they woke up. They called my name, but I didn't respond. They knew something was wrong. So the three of them rushed over and held me down. Zhang Junfeng let out a sigh of relief, but fortunately, you also saw through Shan Zhao's trick. You didn't actually open the door. Otherwise, I don't think we could have stopped you in time. I couldn't help but ask out of fear. Didn't you say it's fine, as long as the door isn't open? How did I still fall into a hallucination? Zhang Junfeng explained, even without opening the door, Shanzi can cause ordinary hallucinations. But once the door is open, Shanzi can enter. It will drag us into a deathly illusion and eat our souls inside it. Regarding the deathly illusion, Zhang Junfeng had mentioned it to us before. It's a beautiful dreamscape specially created by Shanzi to smoothly consume human souls. Lizzie asked in return, so as long as we firmly refuse to open the dormitory door and hold out until dawn, we'll be safe, right? Zhang Junfeng added, it doesn't even have to be dawn, as long as it's past 3 a.m. As far as I know, Shanzi can only harm people before 3 a.m. Lizzie sat down heavily in his chair. That's even better. It's almost 1 a.m. now. Then let's just sit here and wait until 3 a.m. After that, we sat quietly in the hall all the way until 3 o'clock. Several roommates shouted together, finally, we can go out. Come on, open the door. I don't want to stay in this dorm for another second. I hurriedly walked to the dormitory door, reaching out to pull the doorknob. But the moment I touched the handle, a strange feeling suddenly welled up in my heart again. I turned around, looking at my 3 roommates whose eyes were full of expectation. I tentatively asked, "How about ... you guys do it?" And those words made the expectant light in their eyes disappear instantly. A chill ran down my spine. Even the hairs all over my body stood on edge. Everything before me was actually still a hallucination. The best evidence was that they couldn't open the dormitory door. They were waiting for me to open it. I suddenly woke up. I sat up from my bed. At the same time, Lizzie in the upper bunk seemed to have been startled by me. He also sat up abruptly. But I didn't talk to him, and he didn't talk to me, because we couldn't be sure whether it was an illusion or reality now. So no matter what happened next, I had to hold my ground. I must absolutely not open the dormitory door. After a long time, I heard a voice. "Are you all awake?" This was Zhang Junfeng's voice from the lower bunk opposite. Each roommate responded briefly. After that, there was a deathly silence in the dorm for a long time. Until Lizzie poked his head out and shouted, "Old Zhang, you were the one who told us about Shanzi. Do you know anything else? Like, how to judge whether we are currently in a hallucination?" Zhang Junfeng thought for a moment and said, "The people you see in a hallucination ... They cannot open the dormitory door." But he immediately realized something. He hurriedly continued, "But this is meaningless. You can't exactly use this method to test it." That was true. Because someone who can open the door is indeed not an illusion. But if the door is opened, doesn't it become somewhat irrelevant? Because once the door is open, Shanzi can enter. I suddenly thought of something. I hurriedly added, "Just now in the illusion, I was pinned to the floor by the 3 of you. But I couldn't feel any pain at all." Zhang Junfeng said with interest, "I see. That means, if you 3 are illusions, then not only can you not open the dormitory door, but you can't hurt me either. At most, you can only create a false state of hurting me." Afterwards, the roommates tested it together. Everyone could feel the pain caused by the others. Does this mean we are all real people? That we are not in an illusion? The situation seemed to be looking good. But Chen Guangming, who had been silent, asked weakly, "Old Zhang, I want to ask, if we are dragged into that deathly illusion by Shanzi, would we also not feel any pain?" The 3 of us were stunned upon hearing this. This statement indeed left too much room for imagination. All of a sudden, Zhang Junfeng sat up abruptly. He shouted out a question with a roar. "Did you open the door?" Chen Guangming immediately explained anxiously, "No, absolutely not. But can you answer a question for me first? Because I saw some things, and saying them directly might be unpleasant. Your answer will determine whether I speak out or not."